Hi everyone, today I'm looking at using your iPhone or iPad or Android device as a mini sound desk to control MADMAPPER virtual mapping software. So first thing you need to do is go to iTunes, download this app. Let's have a look at that now. It's $4 or almost $5. So it's pretty cheap, a lot cheaper than buying an actual sound desk. And once you've got it downloaded, you also need to download the free editing software, which is also on their website. It's just downloaded as a zip. So let's assume you've downloaded the editing software. The first thing, let's create a new file. Okay. First you need to configure it for what kind of device you're using. In this case, I'm using a iPhone 6s Plus because my daughters have the iPads. There we go. Let's stick it to horizontal, or actually no, stick it to vertical, that's fine. We're doing OSC, and literally you can just start adding some buttons and sliders and stuff. So I'm going to add some toggle buttons. Let's add one there. You can copy and paste if that's easier, if you're happy with that. Let's do another one. And I'm going to add some sliders or faders. I'm going to do a vertical fader here. No, let's not do that one. Let's do one like that. There we go. And again, I'm going to copy and paste this. And copy and paste that one. And save it. Give it a sensible file name. I've very saved one there called iPhone interface. What's can be quite useful to know is you could give these useful names. At the moment I've just got toggle 1, 2, and 3, and fader 1, 2, and 3. So to install this interface that you've created, which I've saved to my desktop there, you need to connect your iPhone, iPad, or iPod Touch. I think this also works with Android, but I'm not sure. I don't have an Android device. So open up your device, go to apps, where it stopped doing spinning wheel of death, scrub down, try and find TouchOSC, which I can't see for looking, but it is there somewhere. No, there we go. Select that, and then literally just drag your, obviously I've already got it in there, so I don't want to replace it, so I'm going to press cancel. Then sync and done and all that jazz. So now we've got it installed, we want to open up the app. Doesn't seem to work with auto rotate, which is annoying. Then we want to open up MADMAPPER, and we start messing around with IP addresses and all that kind of stuff. So under OSC, you need to make sure that the IP addresses match up, so you need to play around with those a bit. So let's have a look. Options. So this is the host, which I think is MADMAPPER. And I've got that down as, oh, does it find host automatically? I must have set this up before. Done. That should be it. Right. Just so it's working. Okay, so this is one I've created before. I've created some simple mapping onto a wedding cake. It's got 3 groups. I've just used one bit of video for each group with the same quads or polygons. And what I'm going to use this device is to turn layers on and off and fade between them. So the first thing you need to do is go to Controls and edit OSC controls. This will change it to this interface, and pretty much anything you select now can be tied to this. So I've already tied something to it, so I'm going to delete some of these controls I've created. Group 1 visible, I'm going to delete that. So there's no code in there. If I select that and select on my iPhone the first toggle box, it should now have created under controls, down at the bottom here, Group 1 visible. But what we need to do is make this as an on-off switch. So if you notice the other ones, I've got toggle switched on. So all I have to do is switch toggle on, so it's toggle on and off. And just to demonstrate this, I'm going to change edit off, and if I press that, it should now come on and off. Slightly harder to do is setting up a fader. Because I've got a group here, if I apply a slider to the group on the opacity, what it's actually going to do is affect every single elements within the group individually. So you have to check each and every bit's correct, which is a bit of a pain, but it does it automatically for you. So let's go into controls. I'm going to delete the first one. I've labelled them all just so there's no confusion. So it's group 1, I've got group 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D and so forth. Just to make life a bit easier for myself. So I'm going to delete all my ones. And with edit control still selected, select group 1, select opacity, and literally just let's drag that up there. And it's automatically, or should have automatically created some codes in here for you. Now I'm not sure what all the differences mean, but you can also, that's one way of doing it, you can also navigate to find anything you want. So for example, I want all these tied to fader 1. Unfortunately, as far as I can tell, you can't multi-select, so you have to do this individually for each object within this particular group. Fader 1, fader 1, nearly there. Last one. Okay, now let's see what happens. So I'm going to turn off edit controls. Everything's back to normal. So I should be able to turn off that layer, I hope. Something's gone wrong here, so let's go back to my controls and just see what's going on. I must have missed something. So that is, oh, it's down as ping, that's wrong. That should be fader 1. That should be fader 1, fader 1, oh, that's ping. Don't want that. Fader 1, and that one's also wrong. Not sure why I did that. Let's just check everything else. That's fine, that's fine. Now visible should be button 1, push 1. Okay, let's try that again. So I've faded up, I've turned it off, turned it on. I can fade down and up again. Let's turn the next layer on. So I can fade it up to whatever percentage I want it to be at, and I can turn it off again. That one there, and that, oh, that's quite nice, fading one over the other. So it means you can have a separate control. It also means you can walk up to your projection mapping area away from your control desk if it's somewhere that's far away and do some editing and play around with layers a bit. So, and obviously you can control lights and all sorts and set up, easy with an iPad, set up quite a large complicated control desk. So that's TouchOSC using MADMAPPER. Very quick summary. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate in getting in touch. Cheers, bye.